If Kobe's career had started in the small, underprivileged city of Cleveland, and the teams he played for were the Cavaliers, Heat, Cavaliers, and Lakers, while his teammates were always superstar veterans in their primes, could his achievements surpass those of James, who joined the Lakers in 1996, worked hard in obscurity, and finally received the help of Malone and Payton? In the 2003 offseason, two major events took place in the league. One was the arrival of a group of super rookies set to redefine the future landscape of the NBA, and the other was the formation of the formidable F4 lineup by the Lakers, whose championship window was wide open. Of course, big market teams can afford to set grand goals, while small market teams have to develop gradually and cautiously. Take the Eastern Conference Cavaliers, for example. Their biggest selling point was a 17-year-old high school rookie. Although Kobe was widely regarded as the top high school player in the nation, the wing players before him, such as James and McGrady, had not achieved significant career success, and their mental resilience in adversity was clearly inferior to players who had been tempered by college basketball. Therefore, the Cavaliers' decision to make Kobe the #1 pick carried considerable public pressure. As a result, many were waiting to see Kobe embarrass himself in his debut game and mock the Cavaliers' foolish draft choice. So, when Kobe took his first shot in the spotlight, many scoffed, but just as they were gloating, this gifted high school phenom put on a dazzling performance. He first blew past Stojakovic to throw down a dunk over Miller, then hit a jumper in Bibby's face. His all-around explosive and impactful scoring instantly transformed the Cavaliers' long-standing offensive struggles. With the gradual maturation of second-year Boozer and all-star center Ilgauskas dominating the paint, the Cavaliers suddenly resembled a super team. In particular, the young Kobe unmistakably evoked the image of the number 23, who brought 6 championships to Jackson. Moreover, his arsenal already included a three-point shot, something even Jordan was not particularly adept at. With Kobe's presence, the Cavaliers' offense became far more multidimensional, and even the often criticized Davis played with ease. From this one game alone, Kobe became the darling of the Cleveland fanbase, and everyone spontaneously embraced this raw and unpolished young star. After all, it had been too long since they had won a game so decisively. Even the rebellious Miles acknowledged after the game that Kobe was undoubtedly the Cavaliers' current and future franchise player. Of course, being so young, Kobe still had plenty of room to grow in terms of both skill and leadership. So when teams started game planning against him, and he suffered some injury setbacks, they gradually lost the overly high expectations placed on them. Before the All-Star break, their winning percentage wasn't even above 50%, but the young Kobe was like a tireless gladiator. He even entered the slam dunk contest, putting on a show with his dunks and showcasing his historic talent and relentless competitiveness to all the fans. It was as if he was proving through his actions that he was no coward, telling the Cleveland fans that he could absolutely turn the Cavaliers into future champions. With Kobe winning the slam dunk contest, his teammates also felt the unparalleled confidence radiating from him. So they regrouped in the second half of the season and finished with a 44-38 record, winning 27 more games than the previous season. This meant their record in the second half was 21-11, which was actually quite impressive. After 6 years, they finally returned to the playoffs, and the young Kobe deservedly became Rookie of the Year. But joy is never shared equally. While Cleveland was celebrating, the Lakers endured a long and painful season. They finished with just 46 wins, and their superstars' overall rating kept declining. When Duncan and Garnett both had ratings as high as 98, O'Neal's rating had dropped to just 95. And James had also experienced a slight decline. All of these signs indicated that the Lakers' playoff journey might not be smooth sailing. Of course, sweeping aside a Dallas team missing 2 key players should still be manageable. So let's shift our focus to the Eastern Conference matchup between the Cavaliers and the Raptors. It was Kobe's playoff debut, and facing the red-hot Carter. Many thought the inexperienced Kobe might struggle with stage fright, but they clearly underestimated him. From the opening tip, Kobe played with composure and fearlessness, showing the poise of a veteran. He not only energized the team, but also repeatedly beat Carter in one-on-one situations. The young Cavaliers, led by their teenage star, quickly turned the tables and took control of the game. But Carter was certainly no pushover. He immediately responded by hitting a jumper right over Kobe's face, which only ignited Kobe's competitive nature even more. Kobe's eyes were fixed solely on fighting and fighting again. Showing respect to veterans was something for off the court, and the thought of becoming close friends was impossible. On the court, victory was his only pursuit. Unfortunately, as the game went on, the Cavaliers fell back into their old habits. They made turnover after turnover, frequently lost their defensive positions, and the flashy Davis suddenly started throwing errant passes and taking wild shots. This allowed the Raptors, who were already leading late in the fourth quarter, to steadily extend their advantage, while the Cavaliers could only watch helplessly as the gap widened. Although the Cavaliers failed to win their opening game, having a super shooting guard prospect who could limit a prime Carter to just 9 of 24 shooting, while exploding for 31 plus 6 plus 4 left the Cavaliers fans feeling more than satisfied. Of course, even the most ardent Cavaliers fan wouldn't expect a rookie making his playoff debut to take down the seasoned veteran Carter. With a mindset of enjoying every game they could, they were astonished to discover that Kobe had led the team all the way to a Game 7 showdown. Unfortunately, the super rookie who had even contained Carter found himself limited by injury. In Game 7, Kobe played only 14 minutes before being forced to leave the game early due to a left knee sprain, and the Cavaliers' playoff run ended in the first round. However, over the course of those 7 games, Kobe's performance undoubtedly gave the Cavaliers fans a huge dose of reassurance. Everyone believed that their future was bound to be limitless. Compared to Cleveland's internal excitement, the star-studded Lakers were the team that drew the most attention. Having failed to deliver a satisfactory playoff performance for years, the Lakers had grown tired of the endless cycle of hope and disappointment. If their current superstar-laden roster still failed to produce results, they would undergo a complete rebuild. Everyone wanted to see whether this storied Lakers franchise would rise from the ashes or continue to stumble. Under this pressure, whether it was James, Shaq, or Jackson, they had to shoot down the Suns in the second round. Otherwise, they, along with the Triangle Offense, might all be driven out of the City of Angels. But the Suns hold the league's best record, and their strength is far beyond what ordinary teams can handle. In particular, the Lakers' backcourt is both old and slow. The Lakers, defending with all their might, barely managed to keep the game close. With just over 4 minutes remaining in G1, they finally reached the decisive moment against the Suns. Just how dominant are the Big Four? Let's wait and see.
Now Hardaway has the ball.
A three-pointer!
O'Neal grabs the rebound. Their ball movement is very fluid. Fisher. James shoots from beyond the arc. Stoudemire snatches a board.
The opponent doesn't need to worry about his three-point shooting at all. He can't hit any in the second half.
Hardaway with the ball now.
Marbury facing Payton. Gets his shot rejected by the big shark for a block. He regains possession.
Now James has the ball, guarded by Marion. Payton, a steal against Payton.
The ball goes to Marion. This jump shot is 18 feet from the basket. It is in, swish. Nothing but net. It is Payton. Driving inside, O'Neal gets the ball.
Shaq finishes with a dunk. A powerful two-handed jam off the drive, full of force.
He poses a huge threat to the opponent's defense. The ball is stolen by Fisher.
Fisher attacks the paint. Phoenix grabs the rebound.
Right, on the perimeter. Marbury drives into the lane, a close-range jump shot, but it misses. A launches an attack. James goes up for a high-arcing shot. If this one goes in, they'll take the lead, but unfortunately, he misses it. Marbury, guarded by Payton. Passes to Hardaway, then to Stoudemire. Six seconds left on the shot clock.
Marbury facing Payton. Hits a three-pointer from beyond the arc.
That was a tough shot, but Marbury knocked it down. Incredible.
James has the ball. O'Neal sets a screen. James goes up for a runner.
The whistle blows right as the ball leaves his hand. Marion is called for the foul. He gets 2 free throws.
He makes the first one. Both free throws are good.
A nice reverse layup off the glass. Payton has to find a way to stop Marbury, or the Lakers are in serious trouble.
James now has the ball. He scores on a successful driving layup off the glass. Marbury guarded by Payton. Stoudemire on the catch. Marion. On the right wing, three-pointer.
Another triple for Phoenix.
James now has the ball. The defense is playing tight. He drives to the middle. O'Neal attacks the rim. Great! He cuts the deficit to 2 points. Marbury has the ball. Marbury shakes off Payton's defense. Bang! The ball is hammered through the hoop.
At the most critical moment, Payton and Malone, who have been a liability for the Lakers all season, make another critical mistake. Their porous defense puts the Lakers in a tough spot, forcing James to take over the game himself.
Fisher, guarded by Hardaway. James shoots a deep three. Stoudemire grabs the rebound. It is an intentional foul. The team foul count hasn't been reached yet. The Lakers have to keep fouling. Hardaway is fouled by Fisher. A 4-point difference. The Lakers can only silently pray. He makes the first free throw. They lead by 5 points. He makes both free throws. The score difference is still 6 points.
After Hardaway makes both free throws, the lead has grown to 6 points. James quickly attacks the rim. Not only does he earn 2 free throws, but he also draws Marion's 6th foul, and the game enters its decisive moment.
He makes the first free throw, cutting the deficit to 5 points.
He makes both free throws. They plan to extend the game with intentional fouls. The Lakers are in a dangerous spot now. He makes the first free throw. They lead by 5 points. He misses the second. Jackson decides to call a timeout now.
If they can score quickly and then foul, there's still hope in this game. However, the Lakers' best bet is a three-pointer. Otherwise, it will be tough to close the gap.
The Lakers have the ball. Time is running out.
James is locked down. Let's see who will take over the offense and save the Lakers.
Payton shoots a three-pointer.
Under immense pressure, he delivered a key score. Payton truly lives up to his reputation as a former star.
Marbury makes the first free throw, giving them a 3-point lead. He sinks the second free throw as well. The gap remains 4 points.
He calmly converts from the line. The Lakers are running out of time. Ball is passed to Fisher.
James.
Fisher! A 3-point attempt. The Suns ultimately win a hard-fought game.
As Fisher's three-pointer clanks off the rim, the Lakers lose heartbreakingly at the final moment. Last year, Fisher often missed clutch shots at critical moments, yet a season later, he remains the same, seemingly incapable of delivering when it matters. What's worse is the defense of him and Payton, as Marbury, Barbosa, and Hardaway could score at will. With 2 such defensive liabilities, the Lakers' path to advancement was destined to be rocky. Sure enough, it took immense effort from James and Shaq just to drag the Lakers into a Game 7, only to suffer a heartbreaking 7-point loss due to the underwhelming performances of Fox and Rush. How frustrating that is, yet even the small-market Spurs have managed to win multiple championships. So why would a prestigious franchise like the Lakers settle for mediocrity? Thus, the Lakers' future rested solely on James, whom they had their eyes on. They traded the once dominant, but now overall rated at 89 Shaq for Odom and Butler, who were a better fit for James. So where will the Lakers rebuild lead? And when will Kobe, whose overall rating has grown to 90, fulfill his promise and lead the Cavaliers into becoming a championship-caliber franchise? Folks, if you want to know what happens next, stay tuned for the next chapter.